Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Mr. Doctor Who Fan 13 Doctor Who DVD review. And as promised, today's review is a follow-up to the previous review we did, which was of the Revisitations 1 box set. So, like all successful Doctor Who DVD box sets, it must have a sequel. So, without further ado, we will be reviewing the Doctor Who Revisitations 2 box set starring Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee and Peter Davison. So, yes. So, first let's start with the design of the box set. It's exactly the same as Revisitations 1, only the colour is different. As you can see, it's now red instead of green. And it's got number 2 in the middle, because it's Revisitations 2 instead of 1. And it says the exact same thing on the bottom there as it did on the Revisitations 1. Special editions of 3 classic Doctor Who DVD releases, remastered, repackaged, reprised with exclusive new special features. Forgot to read that out in the Revisitations 1 review, so yes. Anyway, it's a 6-disc set, unlike Revisitations 1, which was a 7-disc set. PG, and yeah. On the spine, you've got the usual stuff again. On the side. On the top, again, like Revisitations 1, we just got the Doctor Who logo. We haven't got Revisitations 2 or anything. So, yeah. If you want to know my opinion on the design of the art, there's really no point in me explaining it, because I mentioned it in my Revisitations 1 review, so yeah, but anyway, the stories included in this box set are The Seeds of Death, Carnival of Monsters, and Resurrection of the Daleks. So, yes, so, let's take out the main meat of the box set. Hang on. Again, I'm gonna sort this out. On everything up. There we go. There we go. So, yes. That's the whole Revisitations 2 box set, as you can see there. Of course, Captain Obvious I am. Sorry about that. Alright, so we're going to start out, of course, with the story that came first. The Patrick Troughton story of the box set, the earliest. The Seeds of Death, starring Patrick Troughton. So, yeah. This story, we'll get to it in a minute. Anyway, as you can see, it now, like Revisitations 1 and all the other DVDs on this box set, the box art is a massive improvement over the standard edition. Like, in the standard edition, you just had an Ice Warrior and the planet Earth. But here, you've got that and more. You've got the moon, you've got him, I've forgotten his name now. Forgotten her name as well, but they're like important roles, and you've got the Doctor to the left. They're like some of the main characters in the story. And it's a Seeds of Death special edition, of course. It's 2 discs. PG, and it's from the Patrick Troughton years, 1966 through 69. Right, so on the spine, we've got the usual stuff, Doctor Who, The Seeds of Death, blah 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 on the back. We have Doctor Who, The Seeds of Death, starring Patrick Troughton by Brian Hales. By the late 21st... Sorry, right. This review's messed up. Sorry, I just watched some Doctor Who. Well, I watched a spin-off, so yeah. So, got more nice pictures there. Right, here we go. Doctor Who, The Seeds of Death by Brian Hales, starring Patrick Troughton. Right. So, by the late 21st century, mankind has become totally undependent on TMAT to transport people, food, and medicines around the world. When the system breaks down, Earth is soon crippled by global shortages. Travelling to the relay station on the moon, the Doctor and his companions discover the horrific truth. The Ice Warriors have hijacked TMAT, and intend to claim the planet for themselves. Can the Doctor defeat the Martians before Earth is smothered into deadly fungus, and the human race is condemned to extinction. Well, yeah, so, anyway. So, yeah, you got a little episode description summary there. You got your special features here. All the usual stuff. And this story was originally broadcast on BBC One between 25th of January and 1st of March 2000. No, sorry, 1969, not 2011, you dumbo. 1969, right. Produced by Peter Bryant and directed by Michael Ferguson. So, yeah. Alright, so, now, of course, we are going to pull out the main meat of the box set. As you can immediately see here, like it said on the tin, it's 2 discs. We've got the usual booklet thing here, you know, summary, scene selections, special features. We've got, of course, again, disc 1 here, and which is the Doctor, Ice Warrior, that guy again, sorry, and the moon. And the other one, again, is with the Doctor and that other guy in the moon, with the different types of Ice Warriors, because there are 2 types of Ice Warriors in this, from what I remember. I've only seen it once, and that was, like, after Christmas. Boxing Day, I think it was, I saw it. 26th of December 2012. So, yeah. So, anyway. So, Doctor Who, The Seeds of Death. It's a good story, you know. It's one of those stories that's pretty good. Not the best, not the worst. The only thing that's let it down slightly is that it can get boring at dull at points. Like episodes 1 and 2 in particular, those can be really boring. But from episode 3, that's when like the real action kicks in and it starts getting good. So yes, so it's not that bad of a story really. It's actually pretty good. And obviously it's got tons of special features compared to the standard release. So yeah. By the way, I know I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot to mention, this review was actually requested. I mentioned this in my Revisitations 1 review. This review was actually requested by Zeldar Productions 1, I believe it was. If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry, but I actually think that I'm saying it right, because I'm just like saying it off memory. It's Zeldar Productions 1 who requested this review, so check out his channel in the description. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry I'm giving you a shout out late in the video, dude. I know I was supposed to do it at the beginning of the video, but thing is, I'm not in the mood for reviewing right now, but I'm still doing one anyway because I promised I'd get one out. So, yeah. Anyway, next up here we have the second story, of course, of the box set, Carnival of Monsters, starring Jon Pertwee. Now this is actually, I think, a really famous story of the Jon Pertwee era. It's, anyway, let's start with the art first, right. So, the art is 10 times better than the standard release. You've got the dinosaur, the Doctor, well, not the dinosaur, the thing, I've forgotten what they're called, I haven't watched this in a long time. That guy, the host of the carnival, I've forgotten his name. And I've forgotten his name as well. It's 2 discs again. Like did the Case of Avengers and Revisitations 1. They put 2 discs on all of them here actually. Because I'm looking at Resurrections of Daleks now as well. PG. Sunday, Jon Pertwee years 1970 through 74. Spine, you've got the usual stuff again. The back, you've got more lovely, jovely pictures. Doctor Who Carnival of Monsters by Robert Holmes, starring Jon Pertwee. Freed from his exile on Earth, the Doctor takes Jo on a test flight in the TARDIS, landing aboard the SS Bernice, or Bernice, I've forgotten what it's called now. A cargo ship crossing the Indian Ocean in 1926. As events take a dangerous and unexpected twist, it seems that their fate lies in the hands of a travelling showman named Vogue and his assistant Shona, who have just arrived on a distant planet of Interminor with an amazing intergalactic peep show called the Miniscope. And you've got your special features here. So it was originally broadcast on BBC One between 27th of January and 17th of February 1973. Produced by Barry Letts and directed by Barry Letts as well. So, producer and director are the same person. I don't think I've actually seen that before in a Doctor Who story. But, yeah. So, you got your 2 discs again here. So, yeah. You got, again, you got the booklet thing with the summary, scene selection, special features. So, yeah. First disc is the Doctor, Show Guy, and thing, forgotten again. And second disc is the Doctor again with that other guy, forgotten his name, and the tower thing, the Miniscope, I believe that is. So, yes. Alright, so, Carnival of Monsters. Wow, this is the, I believe this is considered to be a classic out of the Jon Pertwee era. I wouldn't consider it to be like, you know, a brilliant classic. I'd consider it to be a good watch, you know. It's pretty entertaining at times. Definitely one of Robert Holmes' finest scripts. Not one of his brilliant ones, but one of his, like, you know, good ones. It's good entertainment, you know, at the end of the day. It's nothing too spectacular, but it is definitely not bad. It's actually pretty good and entertaining at points. So, yes, that is definitely one of the better ones from the Jon Pertwee era. It's better than the overrated Three Doctors, Day of the Daleks, etc. Yes, I consider those stories to be overrated, even though I've only seen Day of the Daleks once. It's my best mate. But I actually... It's how not to do a Dalek story, really. Right. Well, actually, next up here, what I have in my hands, what I'm about to show you guys right now, is probably my least favourite Dalek story of them all. Yes, you heard me, least favourite. Well, actually, least favourite classic Dalek story, because it doesn't, you know, it's definitely not as bad as crap like Daleks in Manhattan and the Evolution of the Daleks, or Asylum of the Daleks, and it's definitely, you know, not terrible or anything. It's just, you know, not that good. Here it is. Resurrection of the Daleks, starring Peter Davison. So, yes, I actually did have the standard edition of this, but the thing is, I gave it to my other best friend because I wanted to get the special edition on Revisitations too. So, yes, so as you can see here, it's got the usual stuff at the top. The box art. Now, I actually, when I first got this, before I looked at this, I was thinking, you know what, the original box art was good, you know, this one didn't need much work. I didn't really know what they could do with this, but you know what, they improved on it in everywhere. The picture's more clear, you can see the Doctor, you can see Tegan, you got like loads of Daleks around, the Supreme Dalek in the back there, Lytton and Davros, and it's, again, 2 discs, screwed up like Visitations, one like with the Caves of Androzani. PG, it's from the Peter Davison years, 1982 through 84. The spine, you've got your usual stuff, you know, blah blah blah, I won't go into detail about that. The back, nice pictures again. I call them nice pictures because they are nice. Very nice edition. Doctor Who, Resurrection of the Daleks by Eric Soward, starring Peter Davison. The TARDIS is dragged into a time corridor, forcing the Doctor, Tegan and Turlough to materialise in a disused part of London in 1984. The corridor links Earth with a battle cruiser in the future that contains the Doctor's oldest enemy, the Daleks. Having lost war with the Movellans, only one person can help the evil race with Shocking consequences for the Doctor. It is time for the Daleks to resurrect their creator, Davros. You got, yes, dun dun dun. You got your, special features here. This story was originally broadcast on BBC One between 8th and 15th of February 1984. Produced by John Nathan Turner, directed by Matthew Robinson. Yeah. So, before I, wow, that was a fail. So before I go into too much detail about this, fun fact, now, this story originally was going to be 4-part episodes. It was going to be 4 parts long, but because of the Olympics, I believe it was, they had to split it into 2 parts, 2 episodes. 50 minutes each, or 45 minutes each, actually. 45 minutes each, although it was originally made to be 4 25-minute episodes. But, so on the original standard release, there was only contained the 4-part story, 25 minutes each, that was, originally meant to be broadcast. But here, we have both. We have the best of both worlds. On disc 1, we have the originally broadcast 2-part, 45-minute each version. On disc 2, however, we have the, what it was meant to be, the 4-part, 25-minute each long each edition. So, yeah, so you've got your little booklets in here with the summary, scene selection, special features. So yeah, that's always a nice feature to add something that was originally broadcast. I believe that's what they did with the 5 Doctors 25th Anniversary Edition, because the original Special Edition was just the Special Edition from 1996. And they re-released it in the 25th Anniversary Edition with the original TV version, so yeah, that's a nice thing to do. So anyway, you got disc 1 here with Davros, Lytton, and the Dalek, the Supreme Dalek. I think it's the Supreme one. I could be wrong there. And disc 2 here, you've got the Supreme Dalek again with the Doctor and Tegan. So yeah. Alright. So, in conclusion, Resurrection of the Daleks. In my opinion, it makes no difference which version you pick. The 4-part version, the 2-part version, they're the same story at the end of the day. Although, if you want, a more, like, fresh feel version for, like, hidden cliffhangers, watch the 4-part version. It's probably better because it has, a couple of, 2 originally unused cliffhangers in there. And also, you've got, you got like a more Doctor Who theme, I guess, more of the Doctor Who thing. But yeah, really, apart from that, though, it really makes no difference which one you pick. They're exactly the same, with the exception of like cliffhangers and breaks in between. So yeah, but the story as a whole, it's definitely the worst Davros story, and definitely, okay, second worst classic story, with the worst being Day of the Daleks, because of how overrated that was. But, to be honest, it's not bad, like, it's not terrible, but it's really not that good, I mean, it could have been so much better. I know it was originally meant to be the original, the season 20 finale, but unfortunately, due to time issues, they had to replace it with the King's Demons, which also wasn't that good, but still, I'd rather have this as the finale than the King's Demons. Oh well, they kept us in anticipation for this, I guess, and they disappointed us with its release. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this story, to be honest. I mean, it's watchable, but it's not, spectacular. It's not good in any way. Yeah, it's just okay, It's not bad, but I don't know. Revelation of the Daleks is much better. There's definitely loads better Dalek stories, like Let's see, Dalek, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, Planet of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, even Destiny of the Daleks I think is better than Resurrection. Even though I've only watched that once when my best mate brought it over, but as you may know, I got it today, so I'm probably going to rewatch it tomorrow. But that's the Revisitations 2 box sets, guys. Do I recommend this to a... if you're a big Doctor Who fan and massive Doctor Who collector, then obviously I'd recommend this. But do I recommend it if you're getting started out on the classic series? Maybe. It depends, like, I would say yes, because, you know, like, there's loads of special features and everything, but I'd say only get this if either you're a big, massive Doctor Who fan and you love the classic series, or if you like the classic series and you're, like, collecting everything, like me. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're, you know, wanting to start out on the classic series. I'd recommend the Revisitations 1 box set first, and if you like what you see on there, then move on to Revisitations 2, because, you know, similar layout and everything, but I don't know. But it's not a bad box set, you know. There's one, you know, pretty good story, actually 2 pretty good stories, and 1 okay mediocre story. So yeah, so that's the Revisitations 2 box sets, people. Again, thank you to Zeldar Productions 1 for requesting this, and join me next time when I conclude my reviews of the Revisitations trilogy box sets with Revisitations 3. See ya.